Hello student, good morning. Today in this module that is the part number 3 of the constitution. Here we have to know the three basic rest of the functions of the constitution, or you can say the features of the constitution. Now let us see that what is mode of promulgation, because you all know that any constitution which is came, that is the most important important thing, that the way of declaration of the constitution, or you can say the practice of the constitution. So basically in the mode of the promulgation we have seen have to know about that how a constitution came into being, means what was the method of being, the way where the constitution came into being. See, for that reason you have seen here that where it is said that this refers to how a constitution being came into being. That means mode of promulgation. Promulgations means that to know the way of or you can say the way method of practice, or you can say the method how by which we will know that how the constitution came into being. So here we have to know the meaning of the mode of the promulgation. Now how it work in our constitution. You all know that there are some countries which somehow their constitution does not work properly. Why the constitution not work properly? Because due to they are dominated by the military leaders, or the leaders who are not popular, or do not have the ability to carry the people with them. So for due to reason, the most successful constitution like India, South Africa, USA, these are the some areas, some countries which constitution were created with the popular national movement. That means the long period, they are taking the long period of time by making the constitution with so much debate and discussion, so that they will be give a finest constitution of the world. And as well as here we never suffered any kind of military leaders or leaders, those who are not popular and those who are not very those who are unable to carry the people's needs. So for that reason we can say that the countries which are not work popularly, whose constitution are not working properly, because they are prepared by the military chief or dictatorship of government over there, that's why. But the country which are successful, have a successful constitution like our India, South Africa and USA, are somehow created their popular nation movement through the population movement, and as well as they make by through some democratic peoples or leaders. That's why we can say this one. Now the thing is that we all know that our Indian Constitution Assembly, that was come in 1946 and in 1949, and it adopted, and it have a huge amount of nationalist movement which are very remarkable and very remembering things, because you all know that somehow this December 1946 and 49, there's a lots of struggle periods are there. So for that reason somehow we can say that our country's constitution, or you can say the Indian society, they are coming together only due to this successful constitution, and this constitution that was created formally with the Constitutional Assembly, which you already know. Now the thing is that you all know that the peoples are very much enjoyed our constitution, because here all the things will be come in after the discussion and debate and negotiation way. So that's why we can say that our constitution was not an instrument for getting any personal power in their hand, but the final document reflected the broad national consciousness at times. So time to time the final document were taken away. Some countries have subjected their constitution to a full-fledged referendum. See, in class 9 you already know about the referendum, which means the peoples are directly give vote by the forcefully, and which is not happen where all the people vote in a desirability of the constitution. But the Indian constitution never subjected to such referendum, because we somehow are working the constitution along with the constitutional assembly, and as well as the people adopted it as their own way by adding the provisions. For that reason, we can say therefore the authority of the people who enacted the constitution helps determine in parts its prospect for success. So if we need the success, then we have to enact the constitution with the help of the people's, with the help of the leaders, not by the dictator. So by this, I hope you understand that the practice of the constitution or the way of declaration of the constitution should be know that how a constitution came into exist to any particular country, and whether it is successful or not, that we have to get to know about from their way of method of constitution or practice of constitution. Now the next one is that the substantive provisions of the constitution. Now what is that? Substantive provision of the constitution means it is a one kind of hallmark of the successful constitution, where everyone in the society gives some reason to go along with this provision. That means it is one kind of indication where the constitution which provided everyone within its area, means those who are be in their area, they get the constitution, and for everyone here the rule for all is always there, so that everyone have to accept the laws which is made by the constitution, and the constitution also have to take care about the equality, about the rule of law, so that they make such kind of laws which is followed by everyone, and everyone are somehow are equal in front of the law. Means everyone's the law is equal for everyone. That is not differentiated between the rich people, poor people, or the VIP or anyone. So a constitution should be there for everyone, and it is one kind of area where those who the society who are came in the under the constitution should follow the same rule and regulation. Okay, now for this reason we all know that it is not like that the constitution is allowed permanent majority to dominate the minority groups within a society. So if this kind of things are happen, that means they are not neutral, they are not equal, they are not providing the equal law. So our constitution is systematically they are giving the privileges to the people, those who are less in power. For that reason, we can say that the constitution should be neutral by all its respects by of religion, caste or others. So our constitution should be equal. There should not be partial with any particular caste, and providing that law where they get a justice, they framework for the basic pursuing the basic justice. So this is the things is that our constitution are providing first that is the rule of law, where everyone's law is equal, and second should have to be neutral, not to be partial, and they have to give that law which is very neutral to each and every community in respect of the religion and caste and other. Even not only that, the more constitution preserve the freedom, equality of all its members, the more likely it to be success. If any constitution wanted to succeed, then that constitution also give equality, also have to give freedom, also be given the justice, so that no one will be treated discriminatorily in the rule. Everyone gets a law, everyone enjoying their law of the constitution. Now next one is the balance of the design. From the word balance, I hope you all understand the balance means, and the institutional design. Institutional design is one kind of organization which is take care of the constitution. See, you all know that in our country in class 10 only you have learned about the horizontal distribution. Now what is horizontal distribution? You know that horizontal distribution means there is a executive, legislative and judiciary system. So you all know this one. So there is a legislative, judiciary and executive, all the system we get. Now what is the balanced institutional design? The balanced institutional design means It means that well-crafted constitution fragment power in society intelligently so that no single group can subvert the constitution. That means any constitution, they are depending upon the institutional design. Why they are depending upon? Because you all know that the powers of our country, if any country, the powers are shared among the organ of the government or the core values of the government, then in that country the constitution gets successful. If the power goes to any particular one hand or any particular single institution, then that power will become the monopoly of the power. That means when any particular institution, suppose we know that we have a executive, legislative and judiciary, then all the power will be in the hand of the legislative only. Then due to this reason they are not getting the balance among the organ, because then only the legislative will make the laws according to their own perspective, and the judiciary and the executive should have to follow that one. Now if for an example, if you suppose that the laws should be in the hand of, if the laws will be in the hand of the executive, then you all understand that the minister will not be implemented the laws and no one will be judging them. So for that reason we can say that the Indian constitution, they are enjoying the horizontal or power of distribution of power, which is a very flexible constitution, where the powers are not in a hand of any particular organ, but it is somehow it is shared with the three organs, and due to this reason we call check and balance system, because these three organs are checking each other's work and they are doing their work in a balanced way. That's why we call horizontal distribution of power as a check and balance power. You all learned this word check and balance power from the power sharing chapter of class 10. Even we get independent statutory bodies like election commission also, who are giving the freedom for getting a free and fair election also. Not only that, our constitution must also strike the right to balance between certain values. They have to balance the values and also be flexible also, so that the constitution can be changing according to the needs and circumstances. Sometimes our constitution is also to break the rigidness and change, and the constitution is changes so that the peoples will get a flexible constitution and will give no security, predictable or identity to the people. So for that reason we can say that if a constitution wanted to success and should be get a balanced way, then they have to be preserve the core values and adopting the new circumstances, so that they will make the laws according to the new one. And this is known as the Indian constitution is described as a living document. So this is called a living document, where a balance should be there or for making the things. One more thing is that our constitution somehow is amended on the basis of socio-economic political things. So what is our constitution is make that socio-economic that is political change, means when we need it, they are changing according to the basis or according to the things. So by this we will say that we can say that these are the three important things by which our constitution are getting a successful. So the factors behind the successful constitution is a three-way. One is to practice the mode of promulgation, that means the way of practice, how it is came. Second thing is the hallmark to giving the equal law, and third is the balanced institutional design. These are the three factors for the effectiveness of the constitution. So I hope you all clear about that. Now the thing is, what we have to know is that now we have to know the one more thing, that you all know that our constitution which is made by after so many years by discussion and debate, our constitution somehow adopted from the constitution of the different countries. So our constitution is not, we cannot say that our constitution is a totally pure constitution of Indian which is adopted by India. Our constitution, some laws and some areas or you can say some provisions that was adopted, that was borrowed from the others country. So let us see some of the provision which is borrowed from the others country. First we have seen the British. See, from the British constitution, that means from the UK. So from the British what we will take the parliamentary form of government. These features we have taken from the from the UK, and as well as the first past the post system. This is one kind of election system which we will know in chapter 3 about this. So this provision also taken by the British. Then parliamentary form of government, idea of the rule of law. See, in our chapter we lots of time we are listening, or we have heard this word rule of law. So that means one law for everyone. That is also taken by or adopted by the British Constitution. Then we have a institution of the speaker and his role. See, in our parliament you all know that there is a the head of the parliament is known as speaker. So that concept we already taken from the UK. That is the things. So these things, the first of the parliamentary ideal of rule of law and institution of the speaker, that is taken by the from the UK, as well as law making procedure, means how we have to make the law. That is the concept of legislation, that also taken by the UK. I hope you all understand that what are the provision which we have taken. So past the post system, parliamentary form of government, rule of law, then the speaker concept, and the law making procedures. So this we have to know. Then come to the ERIS. From the ERIS constitution we have taken the directive principle of state policy. This we also have to know in from the chapter 2, that this is one kind of goals of the society, like fundamental rights is one kind of rights, and directive principle of state policy is one kind of goals. So that's this kind of provision we have borrowed from the ERIS constitution. Then come to the French constitution. From the French constitution we take liberty, equality, fraternity, liberty. See, in class 9 you already know about the preamble, the key features of the preamble. So liberty means the freedom, equality you know, all are equal, and fraternity means brotherhood. So this we have to know about the things. Now we have to know that what we have taken by the USA, that is United States of, that is the fundamental rights, the charters, the concept of the fundamental rights we have taken from the USA. The power of the judiciary system or the judicial review. Judicial review means when any constitution, any law, when the judiciary system, they are seeing that any law which is not suitable for the society and they are somehow are not implemented in a good way, then that our judiciary system are given order to the legislative for changing or modifying the law. That is called the power of judiciary review. Then also we have borrowed from provision from the USA, that is the independence of judiciary. You all know that judiciary system is an independent system where the ministers are not interfering into it. From the Canadian we get a quasi-federal form of government, a federal system within a strong central government, means where the powers are shared among the state, central and local government, but basically the power will be held by the central government. Then we have to get an idea of residuary powers also. So these are the areas we can say that the British, Irish, French, United States and Canadian, we take some kinds of provision from the different countries. I hope you all understand these things. In this video, what we have learned about, we have learned about the three factors which give the effectiveness in the constitution for the success, and the provisions which adopted from the constitution of different countries. I hope you all understand this part. Go through with your NCERT books to thoroughly and get clear your idea about the things. And thank you so much for listening this video.